our y-intercept. Ooh, let's see. Let's do 3x plus 9y equals 6. All right. First step, solve for y. Work from the outside in. So we have a positive 3. We're going to do the exact opposite, which is a negative. And because I want it in mx plus b form, I'm going to write my x first and then my constant, which is my number. What's bothering the y is the 9. Multiplication's occurring, so I do the exact opposite. And I'm going to do that to each individual term because now I'm going to have to simplify. I know that my answer is going to be negative because I have a negative divided by positive, so I'm going to write that negative first so I don't forget about it because that's really easy to do. And that's going to mess up our entire problem, so always write your signs first. I recognize that both of these have a 3 in common, so I'm going to simplify by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Bring down the x. I have 2 positive numbers, so we have a positive. I recognize again that both of these are divisible by 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. And 9 divided by 3 again is 3. So my slope is negative 1/3. My y-intercept is 2 over 3. Notice that I have a negative slope, so when I go to graph this, you are going to go down 1, but still to the right 3. Okay? All right, we're going to do one more problem, and this is the hard one. This is the tricky one. What if I gave you this? Well, there's a y, and we can solve for it. So let's do that. We have a negative 3, so we do the opposite. And I get y equals 3. Now that's not in y equals mx plus b format. At least it doesn't look like that to me because I don't have an x. So remember, when you have a y equaling a constant, which is a number, when a y equals a constant and there's no x, this is a horizontal line. Actually, let's just do a little arrow. And what do we know about horizontal lines and their slopes? They're flat, right? We can walk on them. They exist. So the slope for this line is 0, and because it's y equals, we do have a y-intercept. We have a y-intercept of 3. So the way that this graph looks is at positive 3 on my number line, I'm just going to have a horizontal line going through 3 on my y-axis. So this is y equals 3. That is indeed an equation of a line. What if I gave you this, though? Last one. What if I gave you, oh, not y, number 5. What if I gave you x plus 2 equaled 7? There's no y here. So what do you solve for? Well, let's solve for the variable that we have. So we're going to solve for x, and we get 5. Now remember, when you have an x equals, and we're talking about lines, and x equals a constant, this is a line. This is a vertical line. So this is what it looks like. It intersects my x-axis at 5, and it goes up and down because it's vertical. Now, we know that a vertical line, the slope is undefined. You can't walk on it. So we have m equals undefined, and we have y equals, well, there's, sorry, b. Well, there's no intercept, so you would literally say no y-intercept. It's just not possible. It's not going to cross the it's not going to cross the y-axis because it's a vertical line. So I guess you can say, to review these special cases, that when you have a y equaling a number, and we're going to let n equal any number, well, you have a horizontal line you have a slope because you can walk on it, and you have a y-intercept, which we'll call b, of whatever this number is given to you. So when you don't have an x variable, you have a y equaling a number. It's just a horizontal line going this way. You have a slope of 0 because you can walk on it, and your intercept is just what the number's given. So then what happens when we get an x equaling a number, as we just saw? Well, when x equals a number, and again, we're going to let n equal any number, what did we realize? Well, we realized that we have a vertical line. It's going up and down. And do vertical lines have a slope? Can you walk on them? No. Vertical lines are always undefined. That's the word. You don't say it doesn't have a slope. No slope is not the terminology. Your slope, your m equals undefined. And do you have a y-intercept? No. So you can write none or no y-intercept, because it will never cross the y-axis. So any questions that you may have, go ahead, write them at the bottom of the page or circle them, and we will go over that tomorrow. Good luck and enjoy.